Yes guys, welcome back to another video. Welcome to the George Benson football channel. This is horrible. We've just lost an FA Cup final. Arsenal 2, Chelsea 1. We'll start off by saying congratulations to Arsenal. You've won the FA Cup. You've got yourself into Europe next season. But, you know, this is the first time on the George Benson football channel that we've lost a cup final in a major competition. And I hate it. I absolutely flipping hate it. I hate everything about it. The fact that we lost, the way that we lost, the manner that we lost, and yeah, the game finished about 5 minutes ago, and I've rolled the camera on, and we're going to try and get through 6 things we learned today, a series that I do after every single Chelsea game. If you're not yet subscribed to my channel, I'd like to ask you to do so, and you know, I know there's not a lot to like about losing a cup final. If you could hit the like button on the video, it helps me out and we can move forward tomorrow with something new. But yeah, I'll try and keep it as much about the football today as I possibly can, because the Wolves 6 Things We Learnt video was mainly fueled from emotion. This one, it's emotional again as well, because the FA Cup, it's this competition that we've been very good in this season. Both Chelsea and Arsenal in this millennium have been the best 2 clubs in this competition, and it was a chance to really build something here within Frank Lampard's first season. And I'm not just going to sit here today and be glum and sad about losing a cup final, because it's still been an incredible season regardless of what the result was today. But what it could have meant would have been so much better, and if I had a massive grin on my face right now, I'd be much happier. But anyway, we're going to get into the meat and potatoes. Box number 1. I've got to give a green box for this man, because single-handedly, and I think that as we progress within this video, I'm going to stake a claim for this man to be Chelsea's player of the season. Christian Pulisic, absolutely fantastic. Again, like in the first half, 5 minutes into the game, he's drifting into the box, he's ghosting in, it's a nice little knock-on from Olivier Giroud. Pulisic is there, finishes it off, and every time he gets the ball, he is just running forwards. And when he went off, it was a sad moment. I put on Twitter, which if you don't follow me, you should. I put on Twitter saying that it's the end of his season. It looks as though Christian Pulisic has got a hamstring injury, which, you know, it's not ideal when you've got to go to Bayern Munich and score 4 flipping goals, or score 3 without them scoring 1. Christian Pulisic, Chelsea's best attacking outlet. It wasn't the best performance from Olivier Giroud today. He didn't get into the game as much as I'd like to have seen him do. But at the same time, the layoff for Pulisic was very smart, it's intelligent, it's exactly why Olivier Giroud was on the pitch. Pulisic's finish was very good, but as soon as he went off, everything just seemed to disappear from Chelsea in terms of creativity. You could see today, although there's going to be a lot of attacking reinforcements that come in next season, we are looking right now with Pulisic the same way that we did with Hazard, where Chelsea is so reliant on him being in good form, in good movement, with good energy, in order for us to go forward and score goals. So it's a green box for Christian Pulisic, and then sadly, when you lose a cup final, there's not really much you can do other than praise maybe the 1 or 2 that really deserve the praise. So box number 2 is a red, and it's the man who got a red card. And it was frustrating, because I actually thought that when Kovacic wasn't committing cynical fouls or stupid tackles, I thought he was good. And I thought that what Chelsea really lacked today was ideas on the ball. And we know that when Kovacic has the ball, he's very mobile, he likes to dribble out with the ball, and there were times where he did manage to keep hold of the ball instead of just getting rid of it as quick as possible, which I felt like was the game plan for the majority of this game. Chelsea, we needed Kovacic, and as soon as he went off, not only did we not look as though we could string a pass together in the middle, but there was no one in transition. There was no way that Chelsea were going to move the ball from defence into attack and go ahead and score a goal. We look void of ideas, and you know, it's a red box for a man with a red card, because not only did we miss Kovacic's ability when we have the ball, but with 10 men on the Wembley pitch, I mean, I'm just a flipping geezer sat here in my room, but I've played twice at Wembley, and one of the times I didn't miss many minutes. And even though I'm not a footballer or a professional athlete, it's bloody hard to run out on that pitch. And as soon as you go down to 10 men, it's even harder. So with Kovacic's sending off, I had to give him a red box, because he just made the job that we obviously failed with 10 times harder with 10 flipping men. So box number 3 is also a red, and I want to talk about the urgency of Chelsea's play today. I'm not going to blame any individuals because I do feel as though there were so many players out there who just looked as though they'd just run a marathon going into this game, which is not exactly what you need when you're losing a cup final and you want to chase the game. At no point in that second half did I feel confident that Chelsea were going to go ahead and score another goal. We weren't challenging the Arsenal defence. We weren't challenging the Arsenal goalkeeper. There was just no flipping urgency in Chelsea's play. And I feel as though the game went so flat in the second half because everyone was super tired. We know that, it's been a long season. It's been a long season for Arsenal. It's been a long season for Chelsea. But Jorginho, I don't want to single him out too much, but I often feel as though he's doing all of this and he's trying to get players to move here and he's trying to get players to move there. If it isn't happening, why don't you just unlock it some other way? Why don't you do something else? But it was always the same passes, the same monotonous movements, and I feel like Arsenal read our game plan so easily because we weren't able to make those incisive balls. There weren't any little flicks, there weren't any off-the-ball movements to get Chelsea into different positions to be able to drive forwards. And I think today, the lack of urgency, we got caught out and we might have lost the game by 1 goal. And don't get me flipping started on the referee. I don't want to sit here. I never ever want to be that guy who, in a video after a football match where you've lost, just blames the referee. But Anthony flipping Taylor. I'm going to move into box number 4 for a man who has just played his last game for Chelsea. And he was stretchered off in injury time. Pedro came on. And the reason I link this into Anthony Taylor is because he was clearly fouled. Yes, there was contact on the ball, but he's come over him with his leg and it's a free kick on the edge of the area. Nothing's given. Anthony Taylor, I thought, had a dreadful game, but I want to spend a couple of minutes just talking about Pedro. Maybe not a couple of minutes, maybe a few seconds, but Pedro Rodriguez, the man who whipped that ball in at Goodison Park the year that we won the league under Antonio Conte. Pedro Rodriguez, one thing you always know about the little Spaniard is whether or not he's got the same pace and the same energy as he used to, he gives absolutely everything. Yes, age might not be on his side. Yes, he might be on his way out to Roma. The way that Pedro came on and just tried to take players on. Callum Hudson-Odoi came on and I feel as though he was a ghost in the game. And I think that he should be looking at someone like Pedro who comes on and yes, he might not have the same lightning pace that he used to have. But he tried everything he could. He kept getting on the ball, kept trying to take Arsenal players on, trying to get into shooting positions. And even though he got stretchered off the field, and the last thing he did in the Chelsea shirt was lose a cup final, I had to give him a green box because the man has been an absolute hero since he signed for Chelsea. He's not had as many minutes this season. It was the right move for him to not extend the contract and to go to Serie A. Thank you, Pedro Rodriguez. We love you. Get well soon. And yeah, sadly, it was an FA Cup final defeat for your last game, but you can't win them all. My voice is screwed. So box number 5, I want to speak about momentum. And the momentum that we could have had going into this game against Bayern Munich has been totally destroyed because of injuries. We basically, they might as well just give me a little call and be like, Benson, do you want to stick your flipping boots on and come to Munich and play a game against Lewin? All right, I can do it, Chelsea. If you really need it because everyone's flipping injured now, I can come. It's okay. Don't worry. I won't ask for too much. You can put me in business, not even first class. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Injuries. Momentum going into Bayern Munich is now... I don't know how we're going to get this back. Before I was thinking okay, it's an impossible task, but now Pulisic's injured. The flipping captain's injured. Players limping off. Pedro's gone off injured as well. N'Golo Kante didn't come on, and it's probably because he's completely flipping injured. So, what do we do? What do we do? How do we pull this one back? I know that right now I'm sitting straight after the game and I'm upset and I'm sad, but I have no idea how we're going to go to Munich and even field an 11 at this point because so many flipping injuries. And I think that the momentum that we could have had with this win has now... It's the worst way to lose a cup final like that when there's a few decisions you don't like, when you know that you've probably not even given your best today. I don't think it was the best from Chelsea. I don't think we gave everything we could have done. We could have given more. We should have given more. And I think all of that really boils down to a lack of leadership on the pitch. And I think that I've given it a red box because it's not Azpilicueta's fault that he goes off injured. Yes, he gave away a penalty and it doesn't mean he deserves a red box and to be the scapegoat for Chelsea's defeat. But what we saw out there today was... with a lack of urgency, you need someone to bite the bullet, grab the game by the scruff of the neck and say, this is where we go. this is what we do. And Pedro was really the only one who did that in the second half. And I think that what this game really showed from Chelsea is that it's all well and good that we've had a very, very good season with these young players, but in a cup final, we needed a Didier. We needed someone who is a leader to just grab the game and drag these players through to the finish line. And I feel as though, even though we only lost by 1 goal, we kind of crawled across the finish line today, even though we lost, which is a shame. There wasn't enough urgency. I don't really know what else there is to say. I'm distraught, to be honest. I hate losing. I hate losing cup finals. Hate losing any game of football. But, you know, there was over 100 minutes today. I didn't see enough from Chelsea. It wasn't good enough. The season isn't over. We've got Bayern Munich next weekend in Germany. It's a free hit. I mean, at the moment, I've already said that I'll hold my hands up and say I'll go and play if I need to, because I don't think we're going to be able to field a team because of flipping injuries. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. This has been 6 Things We Learned. The first ever season, domestic season of GBFC is now over. We're going to focus on the Bayern Munich game. We're going to focus on transfers, rebuilding for next season. This is, you know, it's still been an incredible season. Don't get me wrong. This has been a negative video because we lost the flipping cup final. And of course, it's football and this is what I do. But at the same flipping time, congratulations to Arsenal. You played well. Aubameyang, class. I mean, you might have wanted to be a blue in January, and it's a shame he's still there, really, isn't it? Because if he wasn't, we probably would have won. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. I will see you all later. Come on, you Blues.